All right, next topic. Can the Democrats avoid a civil war? Is the ability to fight Trump, fight Trumpism enough to keep the entire Democratic wing together, especially the liberals and the progressives on one side, and the more moderate wing of the party on the other? Thurgood, what do you think?
I I'm putting my money on the Democrats holding it together at least through the midterms. I'm hopeful, but I'm not as confident that during the run up to the next presidential that they can continue that discipline. And I suppose if there was a silver cloud in the congressional results for the Democrats, it's that the inability to build on their majority in the House, actually probably put the fear in the campaign committee to make sure that they can hold that majority. And of course, the Senate is an Occam's razor situation, so they've got to do everything they can to hold some semblance of unity, just to hold the majority.
I agree. I mean, I think so far the liberal Democrats have been pretty disciplined in staying off the Sunday morning gab fests and being critical of Biden. And I think that's been a plus. Now I've heard from staffers on the Hill that they're getting bombarded in terms of certain aspects of the bill. But I think where they're going to roll that thing through and pass it. And I think the Democrats are so fearful of losing control of the House and perhaps the Senate again that they are going to hang together through 2022.
I mean, the plan I've been hearing, from people on the Hill as well, is once you get stimulus done, then we turn to infrastructure, which is something that everyone agrees on. Although I also saw somebody else say that infrastructure is the best idea that never gets enacted. So we'll see if there's a change this time. But first you do infrastructure, then you do tech, because everybody else is in agreement that something needs to be done when it comes to the power that the largest players have, both is vertical and horizontal monopolies. So then we do tech. Then we can talk about whether we need to get rid of the filibuster and look at bringing in DC and Puerto Rico as states and doing the other types of things that need to get done on voter rights, in racial equality. But that's not you can't get all that done in 2 years. So it would, with that discipline, get us past the midterms.
You think Texas is going to vote for infrastructure? Oh, I think they're going to reassess just a tad, and so I think that's a pretty good issue. And I also think that the leadership on both the Republicans and the Democrats on the House side anyway are committed to bringing back earmarks, and we can't underestimate the power that earmarks can play in locking people into support of given positions.
Thurgood, can the party be held together on the basis that the the majority is so tight and the Republicans are in civil war? Is that enough to keep the party together for 2 years?
Well, I certainly hope so, but I do think so. And I think the ability, there are so many must-do items and so many desirable items that the roadmap to get to success on both of those ledgers is holding the majority at any cost. And so I do hope that that's enough to stave off what does need to be resolved within the party.
It's got to be an incentive.
And the Republicans seem to be giving it to the Democrats. Well, shockingly, all three of us are in agreement, and Peter is an optimist. Must be that you got your second COVID shot. Maybe that's.
Oh, exactly.
Maybe that's a side effect.
A weak moment.
It's weakened me, though. I can tell.
Well, let's see. Let's regroup after Trump's speech and the Democratic response, and if the stimulus gets passed, and then see if this optimistic scenario from the Democratic perspective remains.
But the thing to watch is who's not there, who's not giving a speech
For Sunday at CPAC.
Yeah. So.
Well, we know Mitt Romney won't be there.
Exactly.
Okay. See you after the speech.
Bye-bye.